This poem reminds me of Maine. It's called Warbler Woods, which is actually a place between San Antonio and New Braunfels, Texas. And Peter Matheson, the great writer, only American writer ever to win the National Book Award, both in fiction and nonfiction, used to come to Texas regularly to look at birds and was always so happy there. And this is this place one of the places he would want to go. Warbler Woods for Peter Matheson. Never too proud to tip his head back, to gaze, look beyond. Something nesting in leaves, unseen, presence on a white stone beside water, single long leg. Fine if it took a long time to walk there. Better if it took a long time. He knew the names of every warbler stitched inside his skin. The 7 eagles, graceful cranes. He followed them to tucked away forests and creeks, could see a slightest flicker of movement, a nesting memory, how the world was once, would never be again. He could stand under skies for hours, never weary of their habits, never tire. When did humans equal this glory? Glory of feather and snippet, glory of the rangeless distances, abundant glide. When did humans soar so high? So this is called Gratitude Pillow, and it has a quote from Maya at the top. Let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel. And when she died, I found out something about her that I'd never heard anywhere. Maya loved the jingle of the massive key ring carried by cable car conductors. First woman in the San Francisco trolley uniform, she liked the shiny buttons on the jacket, appreciated the swoops and dips of the routes, sharp curves, corners, bustling avenues. Clinking coin dispenser latched to her belt. She'd be a conductor all her life. Write and talk, take people everywhere out of their tight little rooms. And if anybody told her they were going to Gloomy Street, she'd say, "What? Lift those eyes. Take a look at the sea to your right. Buildings full of mysteries, schools crackling with joy, open porches, watch the world whirl by, all we are given without having to own. And shake that gloom right out of your system. Hope is the only drink you need to be drinking. Jingle, jingle. Step right up." Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks. And, this was, it's in a book called Transfer. There were poems, many of which were written after my father died, based on the Southwest Airlines baggage tag, is what the title came from. But after he died, he was a man of very few possessions. I guess being a refugee early in his life marked him. He never went shopping. He didn't keep things. He always gave them away. But after he died, I found a scrapbook in his closet, which surprised me that he would never have shared this with us. And it had very interesting letters he had written to different editors of American newspapers before he himself became an editor of an American newspaper. And also letters people had written back to him in response to some of his letters. So this is called Knowing. On April 16, 1953, Eleanor Roosevelt wrote a letter to my father answering one of his own. "No," she said, "I do not think Arab refugees should be permitted to return to their homes in Israel. There are few homes to return to." I imagine his face, perfect burn of indignation. He would carry his lost home into the next millennium and never enter it again, though it remains intact till now. She numbered her answers. 2. I do not know if it is advisable to internationalize Jerusalem. She had worked for Black youth, the unemployed. She helped to found the United Nations. She stood up for Marian Anderson when they wouldn't let her sing. My dad, at 25, trying to support a wife and baby in a tired American city, wanted to sing. Till now, the same questions dangle in air. 3. I do not know if there should be an Arab Palestine as an independent state side by side with Israel. Very sincerely yours. She signed the letter with a shaky hand from her perch at Valkill Cottage, Hyde Park, Dutchess County, New York. Such a nice address, unencumbered by numbers. Eleanor did not know. She was honest about not knowing. She would die at 78 from bone marrow tuberculosis. He would die at 80, still frustrated, still writing letters. We live on, puzzles of power unraveling around us, building new walls, proclaiming, protesting. One phrase worth clinging to, side by side. My mother says he wrote her often. This was not her only reply.